for parents and loved ones of people who, are suspected of active addiction, it's really important not to be manipulated. It's very important not to enable. My dad enabled me for so many years, and my mom knew something was wrong, and my dad, I just tricked him into believing that I was fine. And so if you believe something's wrong, something's off, in your own child, go with that, So for anybody that's struggling and scared to reach out and ask for help, I was too for a very long time. And I could have saved myself years of pain and torment if I had just reached out for help. You don't have to go through that. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be humble sometimes. The greatest people in the world have asked for help along the way to get to where they're at. Nobody does anything alone. If you don't make mistakes in life, how are you even learning? I've learned that, trees don't grow on mountaintops. They grow in the valleys. You have to go into the valleys to find your growth. You have to go down and humble yourself and ask for help when you need it, because we're here to help you. We're here to talk about this and educate you. So I feel coping skills are really big, especially when you're, going through some stuff and you don't feel like talking to somebody about it. Poetry was an outlet for me. Even in active addiction, I still wrote. It was the only way I could get anything off of my chest. Some people do journals every day. There's a bunch of different ways to, let out your feelings without, talking to somebody if you're not comfortable. But, at some point you're going to need to, tell people where you're at. They can't help you. A lot of times, when I was using, I would just kind of hope somebody would be able to read my mind and know how much pain I was in so that they could help me. And I couldn't speak up for myself. I had no voice. Today I have a voice, and I can be a voice for people that don't even know that they have a voice yet, So for peer pressure, I've dealt with that my whole life. Bullying is a huge part of my story. Like I said, having Tourette's when I was younger, and OCD, and having to do everything. I was a very odd child. I didn't fit in, didn't feel a part of, made myself secluded because I didn't feel a part of. So bullying is a very big part of my story. And, when I don't feel comfortable, I do feel pressure, the peer pressure. You're not stupid if you say no. You're probably the smartest one in the room to say no. Unfortunately, a lot of people, want to impress. They want to feel a part of. And, for this addict, I always want to feel a part of, so I could never say no. And, saying no is a spiritual principle. You're able to stand up for yourself. That's a form of self-care. Before, I got clean, I thought self-care was, getting my nail and my hair's done. No, self-care is being able to say no and stand up for what you believe in.